Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, man. Let me say, I feel like this movie gets a bad rap. I feel like this movie was not really received well from what I remember when it came out. And as the years went on, people just they really don't enjoy this movie. They don't like this movie. At least the majority of the reviews and responses that I've seen for it and heard for it. But I do feel like this movie gets more of a bad rap than it deserves, man. Now I do understand a lot of the complaints and the criticisms because, you had Steven Summers, man, a guy who, if he gives us anything, he's going to give us summer blockbuster over the top popcorn movies that are entertaining as hell, as silly as they may be. He's going to give us over the top CG every time. Doesn't always hold up well, but at the time it's like, okay, it was cool to see. He's going to give us multicultural casting, which is one of his best attributes for me. I love the diversity he puts on screen. We know what to expect from a Steven Summers movie, whether it's the first two Mummy movies, whether it's Van Helsing, whether it's Deep Rising. I have not seen Odd Thomas, so I don't know how that stacks up well enough against the rest of his work. But, Steven Summers did the first two, and I feel like The Mummy Returns, coming off the heels of that, like, that's a hard act to follow, man. I think arguably The Mummy Returns is one of the greatest sci-fi fantasy action sequels of all time. I remember seeing that in the theater, man, and it was one of the best theater experiences I've ever had. It was a lot of fun. But going up against that, you're basically, people are going to blow this out of proportion when I make this comparison, but you are going up against the T2, the Bad Boys 2 of the Mummy franchise. Like, I feel like the first one set the tone. It's amazing. But that second one upped the ante in every way possible. So, like, trying to go up against that and committing some of the sins that this movie commits, it's a lot working against it, man. You got Rob Cohen, Steven Summers, I don't know what movie he was doing at the time, but he didn't come back. So that was a big red flag. Rob Cohen did the first Fast and Furious movie, did the first Triple X movie. He tries to keep it as close in tone as he can to the first two movies. Like, the humor still lands pretty well. The action's still there. The over-the-top CG is there. The Indiana Jones adventure elements with Brendan Fraser and all the other characters are still there. But, new director, that's one. But then you get, we went from Rachel Weisz and Brendan Fraser over the course of two movies, building this chemistry that we genuinely learned to care about. And then you recast her character and put Maria Bello in the mix. And it's not that I don't like Maria Bello. I like her a lot in pretty much everything I've seen her in, especially Assault on Precinct 13. But I just, anytime there's a recasting of a major character in a movie, I don't know if I'm alone on this one. I just, in my mind, I treat it like it's a whole different character. I don't care what type of likeness you get, how close you get to the look of the original actor or actress. It's a new character for me. It's no getting around it, man. And Maria Bello, like I said, I like her a lot, and she's not bad in this movie. She's just not Rachel Weisz's version of Evie, And then you recast. Obviously, they had to recast Alex O'Connell because, the kid was, I don't know if he was old enough at the time, but they do get a good likeness in the new actor that plays Alex O'Connell. But where the fuck is his accent? His accent's completely gone. There's no Oded Ferris character in this movie. I can't remember his character's name, but Oded Ferris, he was a nice, badass counterpart to Rick O'Connell, man. He's almost as much as badass as Rick O'Connell, maybe more, because he's got a whole army behind him. But there's no Oded Ferris in this movie. There's no Arnold Vosloo, which I think is a big plus because, Arnold Vosloo, okay, he's in the first two Mummy movies, but he's a shit actor, man. It takes me back to G.I. Joe. It takes me back to Darkman 2 and 3. He's not a good actor at all, man. I'm sorry. So to have Jet Li in his place, I think was a big step up. And whether you buy the fact that he's a shape-shifting mummy or not, whether you buy the CG, that's up to you. But I do feel like this movie just gets way more hate than it deserves, man. Like I said, some of the criticisms are justified, but this still feels in tune with the other Mummy movies, man. And I feel like one of the things that works in this movie's favor, not just the fact that Brendan Fraser hasn't missed a step and he's still giving us, Encino Man, George of the Jungle type of comedy going on, but I like the fact that they made Alex O'Connell his father's son. He's literally a tomb raider. He goes on these excavations and these missions. He almost gets himself killed. He's a fake ass ladies man. He's getting into trouble. His dad always has to pull him out of trouble, man. I think that Alex has a lot of really good moments in this. And you get, I can't remember the actress's name that Alex keeps flirting with in this movie, but to, the topper of the topper, you get Michelle Yeoh. Michelle. Michelle Yeoh in anything is a win, man. So that was a big plus for this movie, and I like that they incorporated Chinese culture into this, man. I think that was pretty decent. You know, is it really? Does it really take place in Shangri-La? That action set piece? I don't know, but I do like the set pieces in this movie, man. I like the action sequences. I give it a strong, entertaining 7 out of 10. But it's just, you know, some of the flaws that this movie has is like you can't not notice them. Like you just can't, man. Especially being, you know, the fact that the first two movies were just so in conjunction with each other. This one is like they try, but some of the things they do is just like we can't forgive you for that. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments what y'all think.